Hello everyone, my name is Samantha and I am with Empower Multimedia. We post content regarding business, academia, and entrepreneurship. Remember, if you ever need help with starting or growing your business, click the link in the description for a free 15-minute consultation. Today we will be covering how to file an LLC in California. Just as a reminder, this video is strictly informational and not advice. Now let's get into it. The following steps are from nolo.com. Your first step is going to be choosing a name for your California LLC. You must choose a name for your LLC that is unique. It cannot be the same as or too similar to an existing name in the California Secretary of State records, and it cannot be misleading to the public. Names may be checked for availability by searching the California Secretary of State's business name database. An available name may be reserved for up to 60 days by filing a name reservation request form. The form must be postal mailed or hand-delivered to the California Secretary of State's office. Under California law, an LLC's name must end with limited liability company or the abbreviations LLC. The words limited and company may be abbreviated to LTD and CO. The LLC's name must not contain the words bank, trust, trustee, incorporated, Inc., corporation, corp., insurer, insurance company, or any other words suggesting that it is in the insurance business. The Secretary of State provides additional important information regarding business name availability both online and in a downloadable publication. Your second step is filing articles of organization with the Secretary of State. A California LLC is created by filing articles of organization, Form LLC-1, with the California Secretary of State's office. The articles must include the LLC's name, its purpose, information on how it will be managed, its address, and the name and address of the registered agent. You can complete Form LLC-1 online, or you can mail or hand-deliver the form to the Secretary of State's office. The filing fee is $70 for this. With hand-delivered filings at Sacramento's Secretary of State's office, you can request expedited filing for an additional fee. Your third step is choosing a registered agent. Every California LLC must have an agent for service of process called a registered agent in other states. This is an individual or company that agrees to accept legal papers on the LLC's behalf if it is sued. An LLC may not serve as its own agent for service of process. The agent should agree to accept service of process on behalf of the limited liability company prior to designation. Individual agents must reside in California, and their street address, not a P.O. box, must be listed in the LLC's articles of organization. The agent may be a member, manager, or officer of the LLC, but does not need to be affiliated with the LLC. The California Secretary of State maintains a list of private services companies, commercial registered agents, that will act as an agent for service of process for a fee. For your next step, you're going to want to decide on member versus manager management. Most small multi-member LLCs choose to be managed directly by their members, but LLCs can appoint a manager or small group of managers to manage the LLC. Someone like a board of directors oversees a corporation. Managers vote on key issues such as taking out a loan, purchasing real estate, or changing strategic plans. Your sixth step is filing the biennial report. So every California and foreign LLC registered in California must file a Statement of Information, Form LLC-12, with the California Secretary of State within 90 days after filing their articles of organization. Thereafter, a Statement of Information must be filed every 2 years, biennially. The filing period is the calendar month when the original articles of organization were filed, and the 5 prior calendar months. You can file the statement online or print it out and mail or hand-deliver it to the California Secretary of State. The filing fee for this is $20. The statement's information must include the LLC's name and California Secretary of State file number, the name and address of the LLC's agent for service of process, the street address of the LLC's principal executive office, the LLC's mailing address, if it is different from the state address or its principal executive office, the name and complete business or residence addresses of any manager or managers and chief executive officer, if any. If no manager has been elected or appointed, the name and business or residence address of each member. A valid email address, if the LLC chooses to receive renewal notices and any other notifications from the Secretary of State by electronic mail instead of by United States mail. And the general type of business that is the LLC's principal business activity. The next step is paying your California state tax obligations. All LLCs and foreign LLCs must pay California taxes to the California Franchise Tax Board if 1. They are organized in California, registered in California, or conduct business in California, and 2. If they have not elected to be taxed as a corporation, that is, they are taxed as a partnership or sole proprietorship. LLCs taxed as corporations must comply with California's corporate tax rules. For any LLC formed in California in 2021, 2022, or 2023, there is a 1-year exemption available for the LLC's first taxable year from California State's $800 minimum annual franchise tax. Starting in the second taxable year, all LLCs would be subject to the annual $800 annual minimum franchise tax until they formally dissolve. The purpose for the exemption is to temporarily ease the burden of forming a new business in California. So for the annual minimum tax, all LLCs doing business in California must pay an annual minimum franchise tax of $800. You submit the annual tax to the Franchise Tax Board using Form 3522, Limited Liability Company Tax Voucher. For additional taxes, LLCs with net income over $250,000 must pay an additional fee based on the total annual income. And for filing procedures, all LLCs must file the California Form 568, Limited Liability Company Return of Income, by the 15th day of the 4th month after the close of the LLC's taxable year. You can find the Limited Liability Company Tax Booklet, which includes Form 568 and 3522, on the California Franchise Tax Board's website. Finally, you will need to comply with any other tax regulatory requirements that apply to your LLC. These may include the following. An EIN. If your LLC has more than one member, you will need to get an IRS employer identification number for it, even if the LLC has no employees. If you form a one-member LLC, you must obtain an EIN for it only if it will have employees or you elect to have it taxed as a corporation instead of a sole proprietorship. You may obtain an EIN by completing an online application on the IRS website or by filing IRS Form SS-4. There is no filing fee. For business licenses, depending on what type of business your LLC is engaged in and where it is located, you may need to obtain other local and state business licenses. For more information, go to CalGOD on the California Office of Business and Economic Development website. Finally, sales and employer taxes. In some cases, for example, if you will be selling goods and collecting sales tax, or if you have employees, you'll need to register with the appropriate California taxing authority. For example, if you will be collecting sales tax, you'll have to register with the California State Board of Equalization, which you can do online or in person at a BOE field office. For employer taxes, register with the California Employment Development Department. Here are some filing options from the California Secretary of State. The completed form or document, along with the applicable filing fee, can be submitted to the Sacramento office by mail, dropped off at the public counter along with a separate non-refundable $15 special handling fee, or dropped off at our public counter using our pre-clearance and/or expedited filing services. The pre-clearance and/or expedited filing of the document within a guaranteed time frame can be requested for a specified non-refundable fee in lieu of the special handling fee. Checks should be made payable to the Secretary of State. This concludes the video. Make sure you check back with Empower Multimedia for all of your business, academia, and entrepreneurship concerns. Remember, if you ever need help with starting or growing your business, click the link in the description for a free 15-minute consultation. If you have any questions, comments, or video recommendations, please comment below. Also remember to like and subscribe.